Hey folks, Jim Thomas here, Fitness Management and Consulting. And I want to talk about right now what's happening in the fitness industry and some of the danger signs that I see for some gym owners and things that we need to do to really, at the end of the day, really get our head right. And certainly right now in the industry, I think, Arizona has shut down again. California has shut down again. There's talk of states like Texas, Florida, Louisiana, Georgia, Alabama. There's talk of additional states, shutting down. And the topic and the thing I want to talk to you guys about today is we can't allow ourselves to become a victim. What we don't want to do, let's don't make success optional. We are going to have roadblocks and setbacks. And certainly these are some challenging times, but there are also times that we can get results and we can get things done. And I want to give some simple reminders and some things that you can start to do immediately that can help right the ship if indeed you're having some challenges. And I know I talk to a lot of folks that are. And so take these tips, see how they can apply to you, see if we can use them to get some results and take your business to that next level. So the first thing I want to comment on is make sure that you don't lose sight of your why. We talk about this all the time with the customer. Okay, sure, they want to lose 20 pounds, but why is that important to them? Okay, why is this important to you? Why did you originally get into this business? And so make sure that's at the forefront of this. Okay, if you lose sight of that, that can make everything else, so difficult. The next thing I want to talk about is, the reality is we need to get our head right here. I mean, I talk to some gym owners and it's like, man, that they're willing to point out every single thing that's wrong and every single thing that's happened to them. And we simply cannot allow ourselves to become a victim of this. And I realize this is challenging, and this is why folks call me, because they need that trusted partner. They need that resource center. They need that sounding board. So I get that. So let's really dig deep here to say, hey, we're not going to become the victim. And what we need to do for whatever is happening to your business right now, accept responsibility. Hey, this is my responsibility. I am accountable for getting this done. And as soon as you do that, it starts to change things. And as part of that accepting responsibility, as part of that, being accountable, write yourself that plan of action. Write out, how do you want this to look? What is that plan going to be? And be very specific. But when you write it from a standpoint of you are accepting responsibility here. Here's not everything that's happening to you. Okay, we get that. Okay, we know that part. What are we going to do? And there's some folks that are doing a great job of it. So, the good part about that is, hey, it can be done. It's being done. And you can do it too if you're struggling with that. Now, part of that plan of action, that was in our title here of the video, is, roadblocks and setbacks. And so when you're looking at your business, you're looking at your gym, and you're saying, hey, here's our goal, here's our plan, here's how we're going to do all this. What are some potential roadblocks and setbacks? Well, if you're in one of the states that I just mentioned, one of those roadblocks and setbacks might be that you might get shut down again. Okay, what's the plan? So if indeed that happens, and let's hope it doesn't, but if indeed that happens, what is the plan? Spell that out. Don't find yourself worrying about this stuff. Don't find yourself, scrambling at the last minute. What is that plan? So if it does happen, you're ready. And this is going to make a great big difference for you. The next thing you want to do, and this is even if you're currently shut down, okay, is we should be active in this. Part of our, at least what I would suggest, is part of that plan of action. Hey, we want to continue to provide value. We want to continue to over communicate, and we want to do this at the biggest level as we possibly can. We want to continue to sell because people will still buy. And this is, it matters more how we think than it does how the customer thinks, because we're going to bring the customer up to our level. We have the power to do this, through how we behave and how we think and the words we use. And so, we want to continue to sell. we want to continue to bill as long as our customers are okay with that. And as long as we're communicating this, what I have seen is that 80% in many cases will say, yeah, let's continue this. And let's get very innovative with this. But know your numbers. If you're not tracking your numbers, you won't really know for sure where you're at or what exactly the problem is. You might be doing a better job than you think of attracting traffic, of getting the phone to ring, or you're getting leads. You might have more than you think if you're not tracking it. And maybe your issue is in convincing folks to get started with you. Maybe that closing percentage is down. And there's a host of other data, but all your numbers, all these key performance indicators, let's take a look at them, because there's things that you can do when you're managing by objectives and these numbers. You can make decisions, and even in these times, you can do that. Okay, what you want to do is with your customers, okay, is make sure you're using multiple touch points with them. Don't rely on, hey, no one's answering their phone. Well, hey, we can email, we can text, we can direct message, we can shoot videos and send them to them. We can do voice text messages. There's an awful lot you can do. And the big message here, don't become a victim. Don't allow this to happen to you. Accept responsibility for what you do, put together a plan of action, and start to follow it. And take action. Take action. Generally speaking, there's going to be kind of 4 levels of action that you see, and you're seeing it right now a little bit. Is some folks are simply doing nothing. They're sitting and waiting, and nothing's a hard thing to do, right? But they're sitting and waiting. That's not going to get you where you want to go. Okay, you're not going to flip that switch on and off. That next level of action is you get into retreat mode, where you start saying things like, well, yeah, we used to do that. Yeah, we were doing that back when we first shut down. Okay, or yeah, we were doing that a year ago and we quit. And so we get in retreat mode. That's a level of action. You're going backwards. You've got what would be called, say, normal or average. And for the most part, no one's impressed by average. You don't go to the restaurant because they serve average food. You don't go to the movie because it's an average movie. No one's impressed by average. And so when you look at your action level that you need to take, it needs to be a massive level of action. Set your goals high, and doesn't necessarily mean you'll reach all of them, but I'd rather you fall short of that great big goal than do nothing at all. Okay, and so set those goals high, or higher, however you want to look at that, and then put together, what kind of level of action are we going to have to take to get this done. There's an awful lot you can do. And a lot of you guys that have talked to me and that have responded to some of the information we put out, one of the things we keep talking about that's so important right now, really for everybody, no matter what your current situation is you want to be advancing and expanding into the marketplace. This is one of the best times you're ever going to get to establish new relationships, to get known, because you've got a lot of clubs that aren't coming back. You've got a lot of clubs that are not gonna reopen. This is the time to take advantage of that. And one final thing I would say to you folks that are watching right now is, gyms in your area, a lot will not be coming back. A lot will close. This is going to happen, okay, for a lot of reasons, okay. Sometimes it's just time, right? But put together a special. Show proof of membership at another club for special discount. Special discount doesn't have to be, a huge amount. It can be a smaller amount. But this is going to be a great way to attract other members from other gyms, because you're going to have a lot of free agents out there. A lot of folks that are members at other gyms that are looking for a new home. Push out into the marketplace and get this. Okay, there's a lot out there for you. Okay, so folks, my name's Jim Thomas. My company's Fitness Management and Consulting. If you need help with this, you need to talk to someone, click the link below. We're offering a free strategy session, 45 minutes, no cost, no obligation. Happy to talk to you about how, you can help, right the ship if it needs that, or how you can even go to that next level, if you're already doing pretty well. And if you find the content that we provide beneficial, you find it helpful, consider subscribing. I know we get a lot of views on our site, and a lot of those are from non-subscribers. Appreciate it if you do hit that subscriber button. And if the information is particularly helpful, feel free to share this. Hit the share button. Share it with colleagues, share it with associates. We appreciate that. It helps us grow our channel, allows me to speak to more people who really need a lot of help right now, to grow their business. Again, my name's Jim Thomas. My company's Fitness Management and Consulting. I hope you have a great day. Thanks.